Shifting gears, working with this agate, realizing again everything comes through the path of least resistance. You know, we don't realize that we may have made a quote unquote wrong turn, in a certain area. Like, say, for instance, meant for you to keep straight and you make a mistake and turn right. Your higher self could only guide you back to getting back on that road that you was on through the path of least resistance, you know, and that might have to be, since you done went too far of the road, now it's like your tire get bust before you could get too far, off on that wrong road, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, oh, fuck, man, my tire bust, but then you meet somebody, this and that, and you end up in a situation that guides you back to that road that you were previously on, you know what I'm saying? The road that you were meant to be on. And I think about also the aspect of our chakras, our wills, and just like with any mechanism, you know what I'm saying? They're also prisms of light, because that's another thing I caught a download on about us being in, again, like this prison planet, stuff like that. But like the chakras are wheels, and, you don't want to strip your gears, you know what I'm saying? Like, those wheels are like gears. And I think about like overspinning chakras or having the experience that may, shock you. Because that's another thing with psychedelics. And I'm grateful that, my experiences didn't tip me over the edge, Hits the aspect of, like, the shaman aspect of being, strong enough on the mind, body, and soul level to handle, a psychedelic experience and still maintain that balance. But the chakras, again, is just like, certain gears in a car, and if you're trying to go all fast, in a moment, like you got your car. And this go for four wheelers too. I think about four wheelers, like, if you're trying to get out of the mud or like go up a hill or something, you need to be in like gear 4 or something like that, like a gear that's meant. I'm sorry. If you're trying to get out of the mud or go up a hill or something, you need to be in gear 1, like it's like a stronger gear to like pull. It got more torque to it, you know, like it's meant for you to, to pull yourself strongly, compared to if you're trying to get out of the mud or up a hill in like gear number 4, where it's meant for like speed and to go fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about switching gears. And I think about working with these agates, which this is like my newfound love now, bro. I love working with agate. And again, these just spiritual tools, you know what I'm saying? The energetic tools, not for us to worship, not for us to, put over our own inner work. They're tools that help us on our journey. And these agates definitely been, just on point as far as like, again, like that shifting of the gears. Like, agates help for me to, like slow things down, but not in a procrastinating way, but just more so like to be more patient and not try to rush things, you know what I'm saying? And how, like today, it was like a shift in the gears moment where I'm like working with the agates, and then something told me to pull out the high vibrational crystals at a certain moment. And that also goes to the aspect of like, our spirit in essence may move in irrational ways, or what may seem irrational, because it's like, man, I'm working with these agates, I'm in this slow, in this more slower vibration, movement. Again, like not slow to procrastinate, but just slower. And then I guess this urge to work with the high vibrational crystals. But again, it's like shifting gears. Like, oh, you're going up a hill. You know what I'm saying? Like shifting the gears to whatever, you know what I'm saying? What's up, fam? you know, it's the gear shifting, going on right now. And I definitely feel a vibration of a, again, like it's happening in different moments for all of us, but like within this, again, moving into the real New Year's, and it ain't to debate about it or this and that. Hey, if you celebrated New Year's in January, whatever, it's cool. I use some of that. I tapped into some of that energy on that day too. But like coming up to like March 21st slash like April 1st, like the spring area, where it's the real New Year's, and we're gonna be seeing a lot of things, switch up from this moment to that moment, strong changes. So, have intentions without trying to control everything. And matter of fact, I think I got that in my notes. Like, like have intentions without like having a preconceived notion of how things are gonna play out for you, and also understand that things are gonna be changing, abruptly, and to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? To not to not be holding on to any past aspects or being closed-minded to the possibilities, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, say, for instance, you might have a faint energy of, let's just say, moving to, Australia. Like, you got this, always had this faint energy of moving to Australia, but you always felt like, oh, I gotta be in these other places, or I gotta be here or there, and by trying to stay strongly in these other aspects of like, oh, well, I feel like I gotta stay where I'm at or move to this other city, but like deep down inside, something feel like, you got the feeling if I want to move to Australia, you gotta like be able to release and be like, well, you know what, I'm open to all possibilities. I'm not gonna just try to stick to this area or this other city. Like, I'm open to, the truer aspect, and also being open to what we really, really want. Like, we don't have to settle. Like, of course, in certain moments, again, because we done turned off road, like we was going down the road of like not having to settle, but then we turned off somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So when you turn off of that road, then of course you're gonna have to settle for whatever, you're dealing with from that place, because your higher self is trying to take you through the path of least resistance to get you back on the road where you don't have to settle. But if you turn off the road, then yeah, you're gonna have to deal with, settling, and again, that's not the wholeness of your being, but just from that moment again, because if you push yourself to where your back is against the wall, and fuck, at that point, the best thing, all you have to accept what is, like, all right, my back against the wall, what's the best move from here with my back against the wall? To lean on the wall to hold me up, you know what I'm saying? So it's doing whatever the best you can from wherever you at, you know what I'm saying? And then as you go back into that alignment, then you know what I'm saying, you don't have to settle, you know what I'm saying? Like, that place you really want to live at, like the dream area of where you want to be. Matter of fact, shout out to my brother Narcisclo. Matter of fact, if y'all ever seen my ruby ring, like, that's the brethren right there that got me that fire ruby ring, handmade by Mr. Cisco himself. But I'm thinking about that aspect though, like being in Hawaii or being, wherever it is that you truly dream of being. That's what's lining up right now. Yes, 1313 vibration. Just send me an email and I'll be able to do that for you. Yeah, just send me an email. But yeah, that's the whole gist of it. Oh, what's up, bro? Oh man, chilling. It's all good. Just IG live. You good. Hey, what the hat? Know that. Oh, we smoke. All right. Cool. It's not me. All right. Yeah. What's up? But yeah, man. What I was speaking on, guys. Yeah, just stepping into our true power. Man, thank y'all for the little hearts or whatever. And also, again, with that aspect, for a lot of us realizing, you know, uh, really to tap into our soul energy, you know, and realize our magic, quote unquote, is what we make it, or really tapping into what we truly, you know, what we truly want to line up with in life, and knowing ourselves to the fullest. That's key right now, to like really know, like, you know, what did I come down here to do in this lifetime? You know, and again, like realizing to open yourself up to continuously learn, like, because again, like, you can't learn anything if you already got a preconceived notion. you know if I got a preconceived notion that malachite is just for abundance, then when I tap into that malachite, or I'm actually meditating with it or whatever, I won't get any new insight about what malachite does or can do, because I'm just resting on that aspect of, oh, it just works for abundance. you know like, you got to be open to again, open to new information, and not having no preconceived notion. That's the whole aspect. What's up, Namaste all day? I see you, long time. Park your roots. Man, you know what? I'm Park your roots. I actually, was just acknowledging that, you know, as far as like looking at little things outside of Southern California, but we'll see. Again, I'm just being in my moment, you know, and trusting things to line up, and also having a certain insight and having a certain direction, because you don't want to just be floating, in that sense. You gotta have some type of direction or some type of intention, so to speak. Set the intention and then follow intuition, and let your actions be guided by, what I'm saying, by your let your actions be guided by your intuition. But yeah, but that's all I was vibing on. All right, bro. See you. Good to see you. Yeah, the shifting gears aspect. Again, like working with those agates. What's up, big bro? I see you. Silver Tooth. What's up? But yeah, it's that gear shifting energy. Definitely, again, and just being in our moment to the fullest, man. Because another thing, too, we could get caught up in like trying to study things so much, or trying to, analyze every little aspect of our being, and we not spending no time being, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I get the aspect of like, I'm I came down here to be a teacher in some way, form, or fashion, you know, which of course that first and foremost by being, but then at the same time, I'm actually, here to actually verbally teach as well, you know what I'm saying? Because again, from my psychedelic journeys, and just the insight of seeing like my strengths and weaknesses, what am I strong at, what am I weak at. My strongest aspect is like speaking and being able to relay a message like on a level where people could get it, and it could be like a higher concept, but I could make I'm real great at making analogies and articulating things in a way that people could digest it, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's a gift. Like, so if I'm gifted at something, that doesn't mean for me to not do it or whatever, because that's what goes back to like, trusting your inner guidance and trusting yourself, because you'll be talking to somebody else who may not be as gifted in that area, and they talk about, well, yeah, I don't think a person should talk that much on YouTube. I don't think a person should, you know like just aspects of them not connecting with talking or speaking, but that's not their unique capability in that sense of it, you know. But again, yeah, just being in our moment to the fullest. You know, we are going to make mistakes, so don't be scared to take action. You know, and trying to ponder the perfect action. You know, trying to control every aspect of life. You know, as if, you know, like as if you shouldn't go through anything, or like, you know, like they're gonna have little tests. They're gonna have situations. You're gonna make mistakes. You know, like I think of like videos I look back at, bro. Like, cause that's another thing too. We go through different levels of our growth. You know what I'm saying? We go through different phases of our growth. You know, I think I look back at some of my videos and I be like, bro, that little part I said right there is so inaccurate now that I know better. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like again, there's a part of growth, and you know, again, now as the vibrator, I could only move from where I was in that moment, you know, and grow from there. You know what I'm saying? Because again, this place is like a school, and we constantly, you know, going through different grades. You know, some people, because that's another aspect of like teaching the children, quote unquote. It's not necessarily teaching the children as much as it's teaching the young souls. You know, like not necessarily children, but younger souls who have, like, you know, their first few times incarnating in this prison planet or whatever you want to call it, and they're new to it. You know what I'm saying? And there's some of us who've been, you know, constantly reincarnating under this sun. Hence why some of us are marked with, in which on the flip side, you see how some people do kind of find ways to talk about like melanated skin being a curse, because you know it does have a aspect of you constantly coming, you know, reincarnating back in this bitch, and that's why you know, you kind of feel like, oh, you're old, or you've been here before, or this and that. Yeah, because you know, and you know, the melanated skin not the end all be all, because again, it's how you know, with anything, it's how you use it. You know, you got some people that may be considered quote unquote white, that's you know, tapping into whatever melanin they got on a higher level, while they got some people black as a tire that's just throwing, you know, that connection in a garbage can. You know, it's like, you know, it's all back to energy and discernment. You know, like that's the deeper aspect of it. uh right now I'm rocking with the blue lace agate and Botswana agate. Like again, I'm agate out. Like I'm man. Oh, what's up, Mr. Charles? I see your relic. See, oh shit, we got the San Bernardino crew up in here. Mr. Charles, the Brethren Josh, man, y'all check out relic RELY.C. Check out my Brethren page, and also check out Elevated Perceptions page. Y'all see him up in here. ELEV8ED_PERCEPTION. I could have typed it, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, things again shifting gears, and again, I've been working with these agates and just kind of like, you know, and what's cool is I realized that the agates, like again, like Moldavite creates strong transformation, and the only reason why it comes off as fast is because you kind of get it. It allows for you to see things where you could get it, you know, without having to take long. But it's not necessarily speeding you up, because I've been working with Moldavite and all these agates, and I don't feel like any conflicting energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, all right, that's, you know, something to keep in mind. You know, because that Moldavite definitely, you know, creates that strong transformation, but more so just giving me, you know, a stronger awareness and insight, you know, where I don't have to keep going through the same thing over and over again to really see it as much as it, you know, I could see it, keep memory of it, and then move from there. Because that's the thing too. Everything goes back to memory, and hence why if you look at any of my old videos I did, I remember I was doing one on the Chitari story, and about Credo Mutua was an old shaman brethren who ended up connecting with David Icke. David Icke is the author that did a lot of those books about reptilians and stuff like that. But he was talking about like how, and again, and the reptilians are really us, and that's another little download that came through on not an acid trip, on a DMT trip, and then some shit. Shout out to Brother Panic. If y'all not on occult lectures on YouTube, y'all definitely check the brother out, bro. The truth with it. But like I was checking out Brother Panic recently, and he was bringing up like, like you think the quote unquote like European or white people, and again, for lack of a better word, because it's the 3D aspect of this reality. Again, it's energetic representations, and that's what saying that like the archon energies, could move through, you know, any, whoever success, however you say that shit, whoever success. I don't know how to say that word. I be trying to try to switch up my vocabulary, but the archon energy, moves through, anybody who's willing, in lack of a better word, but more so like I think about Martin Luther King, speaking of this day, you know, like Martin Luther King, in essence, had a archon energy to what he was doing. At some point, realizing like, all right, fuck, I am, because I think it's just like sometimes like an unknown channel, where certain people channel these energies, and that's why certain actors go back and forth. You'll see an actor, what I'm saying, doing movies and at the height of things, and then you'll see him like pull away, like you see like a Cat Williams, like where he go through shit because he's not willing to do that archon work, and what the archon work is like, this place is a prison planet, for, and again, no matter whether you came here by choice, you got tricked to come here, whatever, this is a planet. And again, some of us who are older realize, again, older for lack of a better word, realize like, we're trying to release ourselves from this prison planet, and there's some energies, again, that's the archon energies, basically, again, from the Gnostic scriptures, like Yardala brought, and I brought up in one of my videos with Yardala brought how some of those archons even realized like how much Yardala brought Yahweh, however you want to say it, was on some, jealous shit. Because he was like, I am a jealous God, like basically telling the angels or the archons, like, hey, y'all better listen to me, because I am the only God and I'm a jealous God. And they realize, like in the Gnostic scriptures, they speak on how the angels realize, like, damn, that's a contradictory statement, because if you're the only God, how could you be jealous? Because to be jealous, that means something else has to exist for you to be jealous of, you know. You just look at that statement within itself, it's like, all right, damn. Because again, that's why I tell people, why like I'm not much into following zodiac signs to a T like that, because it's like, that's part of the energies, you know, that's dealing with governing this, this little matrix, this prison. And again, we could tap into these energies, because just like being in jail, like it's good to know how the so say for instance like the archonic energies, picture them being like forgot what you call the security people, but the cops who like over the jailhouse or whatever, like knowing the zodiac signs or knowing these archonic energies is like knowing again, like the security in jail. I don't know why I'm not coming up with the name for it, but it's like, all right, we know that the security guard on cell block A, you know what I'm saying, he act a little bit head first and this and that. So when he come around, he gonna be by this little energy, you know what I'm saying? And the other guard, the guard from D Block. Shout out to Styles P. The guard from D Block. He gonna have an energy that's more, about authority and discipline, like a Saturn energy. You know what I'm saying? And then the guard from this area, you know, he kind of got like he show a little love, every now and then he let you, get some extra commissary, let you smoke a little Joe, nobody looking, you know what I'm saying? He that guard, you know what I'm saying? That'd be something dealing with the Venus energy, whatever. But again, like these are all aspects, 7 chakras, 7 planets, as above, so below, as within. So without locking us into this bodysuit, you know, and we come here for whatever reason, in which again, is different reasons, for the most part, uniquely different for all of us, but at the end of the day, it's all like, again, like this prison planet, and slavery and also called, like, because again, the Garden of Eden is like a plantation, you know, or in the Garden of Eden is a personification technically of, being in this earthly plane, and basically it's a plane for seeding slaves in essence, you know, like a prison for energetic debt, like again, debt or karma. We talk about like releasing karmic energies from our ancestors, like debt, and that's why, like, again, when we talk energy, it also, that's why they made all like terminologies dealing with money in the courthouse, dealing with water and energy of, like, currency, you know freezing your assets, like with water, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, or current flow. And you go to the bank, like on side the river bank, you go to the bank and they got the current flowing, you know what I'm saying, and you could get in debt, if your currency has been lacking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but this is almost like like a prison for energetic debt. And for whatever reason, some of us may have chose to come back to, again, to help enlighten souls, to help them learn how to get out of this realm and not stay in it. Because that's where things get tricky, especially when you're dealing with like La La Land, Los Angeles, the city of angels, because for better or worse, you know, you either gonna be a lost angel, like Los Angeles, like a lost angel out there, or you be aware that shit, again, Hollywood, wood from a holly tree, magic on the subconscious mind. And I spoke on how, again, it's not no books or anything. This is a channel, but about how, like, LA being like some type of third eye ley line or something like that. Hence why, it makes sense to, if I'm gonna manipulate subconscious minds, I'm gonna do it from a ley line that's extremely powerful, you know what I'm saying? And again, going back to what I was just saying a little bit before that, and it all comes back to, again, and I don't know if I may have spoken on that in a video, but I definitely always had the concept in my mind, like, what if the person behind all this was a fucking quote unquote black person or melanated person? Like, after you get past the Pope and Vatican and all this, is a melanated person, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that quote unquote just created the illusion of giving certain Europeans, this ability or this power, you know what I'm saying? Because again, Panic was talking about that in his video, like the whole Yakub thing, and the creation of like Europeans, and again, like the irony of the situation of how people could be like, oh, they just 2,000 years out of the cave, but at the same time they took over the world in less than, you know what, I don't know how many years, you know like, and again, like, in which that's why some people got like this beef with the Moors, like the Moors, and whatever the little dates of history of it, 1449, whatever, handed shit off to Isabella in Spain and stuff like that, and then created these universities, and I think somewhere mixed into that, again, like, they got taught these energies, and to be in these positions of the quote unquote Illuminati and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It would taught to be in these positions. And I think about, like, again, I bring up how John D, dealing with Enochian magic in the book of Enoch, deals with the archon energies, it deals with speaking on the 12 zodiac signs and the 7 chakras, you know what I'm saying? And, as above, so below, again, like, this, our internal realm is projected outwardly. We got 7 chakras in our body, they got 7 major planets externally. You know, you got the zodiac signs in your body from your head with Aries to your toes with Pisces, and it exists externally outside you. You get your body suit, you know what I'm saying, from your mom. Your mom is like the earth, you know what I'm saying, in that sense of it, you know. Like, you come from out of that energy. And matter of fact, in our mom's bodies, have 7 chakras and the zodiac signs within it. You know what I'm saying? Again, but this is all projected outwardly, as something. But again, like, back to the John D aspect and Enochian magic, and like the whole aspect of again, like, this archon energy, was passed down. Because I always felt like that too. Like, again, like, that's why, like, with Star Wars or like certain little movies where have the spin of, like, you know, again, like, where it's fighting factions, like, where it's like part of our relatives, and more so too, like, energies that's younger than us. Because again, uh a lot of us have that primordial essence, again, like in the Gnostic scriptures, where Sophia Pistis, or the great mother, you know as your dollar brought made his own little matrix world or whatever. She was like, all right, in these little humans he made, I'ma instill my divine spark into some of these humans. And hence also you could see where the jealousy aspect come in. Because I say, for instance, if I was a fucking being where, like, again, like, he was like a aborted being, so to speak, by the great mother, and he was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna create my own little world. And then if I had my own little world I created, I'm trying to be the boss of it, and then my mama come and instill the primordial essence from herself that I don't really have, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not primordial like her. Like, so in my little world, these little beings I created get get injected with this primordial essence. You know, I'm gonna be like jealous and try to keep them down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at motives and stuff like that too to really understand. Like, it'll make more sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hence why, uh, again, when I say these things, that's not saying certain people, like, is Martin Luther King bad or good, or is all the actors on TV good or bad. You know, it's neither good nor bad. They just portraying a certain energy. Some energies are here to help you realize how to get out of this place, and some energies are help you trying to stay on this plantation. Like, to realize that Earth is a great planet and you should stay in this illusion, you know, forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's the whole thing. It's like, again, like the Uncle Tom energies. And again, as above, so below. You know, this is a aspect of something that happened on a higher level that's playing out on a lower level, on a more dense level within this little realm of reality. But yeah, that's the whole aspect of it. Us realizing to step into that power, and again, to each his own. Because again, some of us are on different levels with this. Some of us may be, and again, no good, bad, right, or wrong. Because if you are watching this video, or if you're at least aware, then you won't have too many. If you're not leaving out of this realm in this lifetime, you'll definitely be, you know what I'm saying, be able to step out of this realm by continuously, having this awareness, and again, like keeping that memory. That's why memory is so important, and that's why back to that again, that Chitari story with Credo Mutwa, where he talked about, like, again, like the again, for lack of a better word, reptilians. But again, reptilians, the Nagas, what the ancient people is called Nagas, the serpents. You know what I'm saying? The reptilian. So again, the reptilian and ancient energy is also, us in some way, form, or fashion. You know, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, a part of the plantation vibe was them making sure, like, they don't let the humans or the slaves grow to a certain old age, because then stories could be passed down, and also like keeping them from keeping them from having a certain level of memory, because if you don't keep a memory, then, because think about how you learn. Like, you learn through memory. Imagine if every day you forgot that the stove was hot, then you would constantly fucking put your hand on the stove. You know what I'm saying? And so you start to see why memory is so key, and the aspect. And I remember like learning about, like, the Taurus field energy, and being in a blissful state, and having our, again, being in a state of being where you could allow for yourself to take memory through death. Because again, like, it's like, again, when you transition, you taking wherever your subconscious mind was at when you transition, is gonna create a situation from there. Like, so there ain't no going back. Like, once you transition, whatever you was believing in at that moment, that's how things gonna play out for you, for to see what's gonna be the next step for you. You know what I'm saying? If you felt like Earth was the end all be all, you'll be back here. You know what I'm saying? If you, knew that it was more to it than Earth, and you was, and you, fully detached. Like, again, being in this world, not of it. Just because you wear clothes or have a house and stuff like that, don't mean you're attached to material things. Because again, we are a representation of abundance. So it's gonna show, on some level. It's just not for us to get lost in that material aspect. Again, being in the world and not of it. Like, being in, you in jail, but you're not, like, of jail. You're not from jail just because you're in jail. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for us. You know, but yeah, and everything too. Yeah, it's just where does the six atoms come from? I don't know if you're talking about, like, the carbon aspect. I know, like, 666 deals with the carbon aspect. Like, carbon has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Carbon is closely related to our melanin, basically. You know what I'm saying? The melanin in this bodysuit. You know, and it's also, again, that's connected with shungite. Shungite is basically elite shungite is like 98% carbon, and diamonds are carbon, like, extremely pressurized. You know, I feel like jet, shungite, and diamond is all, like, closely related. Just different aspects of the growth, but you know, because again, everything is, again, a balanced awareness, being in this world, not of it. You know, because as I talk about melanin, and and that whole connection with the bodysuit, that's not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it uh if you tap into it, yeah, it helps or whatever. But again, like, it's just like going to Pluto, going to Pluto. But let's just say, like, again, like, being in another realm of reality, where the main essence is, I'm gonna just say another element, but you know, gold. You know what I'm saying? And like, and the bodysuits have gold in it. Like, or like strongly have gold in it, or the people got gold skin. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that gold skin in that bodysuit is just like an astronaut suit. You know, and even though it's not those people not really going into outer space, but for the aspect of it, or say for instance for people who deep diving, because that's the true astronaut, is the people going into the ocean, into the waters, and having to wear those little suits. Because again, above is the waters as well, but like going into the water, a person puts on that suit, that's not truly them, because after they come out of the water, they could take off that suit. You know what I'm saying? Just like we transition and we leave this bodysuit, here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not the end all be all. It's a balanced situation with all that. Yeah, the dream world, definitely. The dream world is almost like practice for the afterlife in so many realms. Because even the dream realm is still a part of this matrix in some way, form, or fashion. You know, just a higher expression of it, more so. And again, just from the astral planes. But you know, what was I gonna say? Yeah, because matter of fact, like the movie "What Dreams May Come," you know, again, like you your afterlife go along with your subconscious. And like Robin Williams, spoiler alert, Robin Williams' character was like trying to hold on to his wife, so strongly to where, again, like you see how like ghosts, like how you come across ghosts and stuff like that, because somebody holding on to this realm so strongly that they got stuck, you know, like hence why you got ghosts in houses, like because that person like thought that the end all be all was them living their life in this realm and also living in a certain house, so that's why certain houses haunted, because that ghost is like, this is my house, I've been living here and I will continue to live here, like that's the whole aspect, you know and again, a lot of us came down to be that beacon to, for how can I say, first and foremost, do whatever work, because at the end of the day, it's a learning experience first and foremost. We came down here as a learning experience, and then a part of that learning experience is also, again, helping others to transition out of this realm, because it may have been some little, again, like some little lessons, again, because for whatever is work, like whether we got tricked into coming here, we chose to, we felt like it was some lessons for us to learn, that's all possibilities, you know what I'm saying? But, and again, no good or bad, no right or wrong, this realm just is what it is, though, you know this realm is what it is. But yeah, the archon energy is like, it's almost like our younger brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Because again, back to what I was talking about with the Sophia Pistis and having that divine spark of the primordial mother, you know what I'm saying, in us, where certain aspects within this matrix don't have that primordial spark to it, you know. And that's the gist too, you see, where like, because there's a difference. You got the creator of this realm, then you got the creator that, created the the thing that made this realm, you know what I'm saying? Like in that whole aspect, again, where it goes deeper. Cause yeah, when some people, in most cases with a lot of religions and stuff, with the Yahweh stuff and all that, and in most cases talking to Yadalabrat or talking about Yadalabrat, hence why the Gnostic scriptures, the Book of Enoch and the Apocrypha, all these things got taken away from the biblical canon, uh, you know, so people wouldn't, wouldn't get hip to this. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Much love. Yeah, this archon energy, you know. As a matter of fact, like, so again, because I feel like my brethren here, I don't mean to put you on blast in that sense, but it's in a good way. But like, some of us know how to play that chess game, you know, of like being, again, like in media and stuff, like being in this world but not of it, like using a media platform or using our popularity to help enlighten people towards the real truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, hence why, again, you see some of these act like, I think of Eddie Griffin, another one. Eddie Griffin, the comedian. you know uh he was popular, and then, as he didn't want to do whatever, Hollywood or whatever wanted him to do, his things went, I ain't even say went south. He just wasn't popular in their, to their standards. But what are their standards? That's just them saying, hey, we feel like this person is a star. But that doesn't, you a star already. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that whole aspect, and then too, seeing him come later and he talking about like energy and pyramids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You start to see, like, all right. And again, like, some people play the chess game, some people all in, where they just, fully display that archon energy. And again, it's just having awareness of like our bodysuit and what we're doing, because you could be influenced by that energy. Like, I feel like when I was in LA, there were certain moments when that archon energy was trying to move through me, you know, like in some way, form, or fashion, And when I say trying to move through me, trying to more so influence me, you know. And when I say trying and influence, I mean in like inner, you know, again, because this bodysuit is of this realm, you know what I'm saying? So it's energies in this little bodysuit that could try to, combat against my soul energy that's in this bodysuit. So I got the actual bodysuit, you know, just like if you're driving a car and something malfunctions, and then you trying to turn it, like the steering wheel malfunctions where you can't turn it good, so you end up not being able to turn good due to your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you not trying to keep straight, or you trying to turn left, like, more stronger, but because the car messed up, you kind of got to make the turn a little different, or, it's difficult to make the turn, whatever, you know. But again, it's all internal, because that's another thing, too. We don't never want to, be in the vibe of feeling like something externally can harm me, or do me something from that extent, you know. Like, because even when we say, like, you know, protecting our energy and things of this nature, you know, it's more so just being grounded within your own energy, and then you don't attract, or you don't have a fearful vibration to put yourself in situations where you attract these situations where you think somebody is harming your energy, you know. But it all starts from within. The Eddie Griffin show, yeah. Hey, what's up? Father of 4337. What's up, bro? But yeah, That's the gist of it. And again, just it's really, matter of fact, what's the name? Thunder. Ah, shit. They had this poo ass movie in the red box. I mean, poo as far as quality and everything. But, you know, and it, the programming in it like was very extremely obvious, but it's still, if you know what you're looking at, then you still saw like how straightforward the sauce was in it. But it was some movie where the Nazis, it was a future Earth, and the Nazis was living on the dark side of the moon, and they had a Nazi base, but the other humans from Earth was also there, and they had the reptilians back on Earth, that were living in the inner Earth. You know what I'm saying? And in the ruling reptilian was Hitler or whatever. Like, and they show other people. In fact, because one of the reptilian guys was like Steve Jobs. Like the little movie was like, it was saucy in the sense of it, but it was poo as far as like the acting and just the way it was put together. I can't think of the name of it though. But oh yeah, I'm familiar with the brethren. We I'm following them here on Instagram as well. But and yeah, man, it's, and again, that's just all these truths coming up right now, and even more so right now. But yeah, and I do again, King Goddess, freeing the minds. I definitely fucks with the brethren. But yeah, y'all, that's basically, again, just making sure we're in that awareness that this realm is temporary. We're constantly working, again, being in this world, but not of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you still take care of your children, you know what I'm saying? Quote unquote, your children, but you know what I'm saying? Like just because you have children or have things in this material realm don't mean you're going to be stuck in it, because as long as you subconsciously understand that, all right, this for what we call our children or our family members, are, they're just playing out, their souls playing out their little energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, within this realm, and it's not for me to get stuck to that energy. Like, again, my pops transitioning, that was a soul transitioning, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for me to hold on, like, and then two, because I got an understanding that it's transitioning, so it's not like, oh, like, ooh, man, my pops, you know what I'm saying? Or again, like having that understanding, so again, when you transition, because again, the learning experience and programming ourselves is what we're doing right now. So when you transition, it ain't no, all right, let me add this, or even though I forgot this, let me, like, no, if you really felt like, oh, I'm leaving my children behind, you know what I'm saying, and then you're gonna end up coming back here because you was attached to that energy, you know so it is what it is. I mean, with the tarot, I just realized how very accurate my Orisha tarot deck is. Got the Orisha deck, and then got this Doreen Virtue. Matter of fact, it was gifted to me. Because again, like Doreen Virtue done went straight Catholic on the situation. So I definitely, I'm not in alignment with what she got going in that sense, but I realize a tool is a tool. You know what I'm saying? Just like lighting a candle that might be with a certain Christian saint, but which that Christian saint is a representation of a more ancient energy. It's realizing not to get all caught up in the names of like, oh, that's a Greek god name or this and that. Like, that was a European god name or that was the African god. Like, whatever is like, bro, look, it's just an energetic. It's a representation of an energy. That exists inside of you. Like, that's it. Say for tarot. And y'all just caught me in the wrong. I'm on a whole different channel right now, y'all. So that's why I'm just getting it out. But I get to speaking on if I can answer those questions about tarot, I will. But yeah, it's finishing off. But yeah, that's basically it. You know. And again, I started off this video talking about shifting gears. Again, working with my agate crystals, and kind of slowing things down because sometimes you gotta, you know, slow things down to speed things up, and sometimes no action is an action, you know, like and again being balanced in between, the balance in between procrastination and rushing, meaning not to procrastinate, not rush, but be somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also I want to, I do my best to make sure I don't speak in a manner that's telling you like, hey, listen to what I say, like, nah, you gotta go with the flow of what you intuitively feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to dictate how you should live or tell you how to go about things or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I express things, from my experiences, from my inner gnosis, and from my, book gnosis, life gnosis, all that good stuff. But you gotta do what you feel. Look, I'm grateful to be a part of the wisdom pyramid, and at the same time, again, I can't let that go to my head. Like, I can't, cause that's something I always stay on the humble about. People be like, "Oh man, I love your YouTube channel, this and that." I stay on the humble with that, and just always make sure that not falling into that preacher or guru category, because we're not trying to, what I'm saying, like, implement that, you know like, we're moving away from that to allow for people to realize, like, again, like, that's the aspect of, again, like, knowing how to read stuff, even though again, we go through different stages, so I don't have to go back to the Bible and read from that point of view, but the aspect of, like, quote unquote Jesus or the Christ energy, like, be like me, like, realize God is inside of you. Ye are God's children of the Most High. Is it not written in your law that ye are God's? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Bible verses for the Bible thumpers. Like, ye are God's. You know, children of the Most High. So you could be just like me or greater. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm definitely again, not wanting no following, in that sense of it. Like, I'm glad and grateful that people, could learn and apply things from what I speak on and stuff like that. But it's not for you to worship me or be like off, because again, you handicapping yourself by feeling like you could only get knowledge or information from an external source. At some parts of our growth, yeah, we may use a tarot card reading, or or reading books a lot, or watching a lot of YouTube videos, and then it gets to